What's good, yo? Welcome to episode 26 of Making Gains TV with my man Nate Palanica. What's good, Nate?
Not much, chilling.
Speak up, Nate.
I'm chilling.
We're on the camera now, Nate. Don't be too light skinned and cute.
I'm chilling, everybody.
Good. Tell me where you from.
From Northampton, born and raised,
Born and raised, represent Northampton hard. Where'd you go to school?
Bethlehem Catholic.
The Bethlehem Catholic. It's alright, sometimes we all make decisions we make. It's cool.
Hey, listen, it's either Northampton or Becca.
Alright. I agree with that decision. That was a wise choice. Anyone that spells concrete with 2 Ks is, could cause some controversy. What positions do you play? Becca football. Do you play basketball?
No.
No. And you run track?
I run track, yes.
So what position and then what events?
So for football, I play wide receiver and I play safety. And for track, I jump, triple jump, long jump.
Nice. Explosive. What's your style of play as a wide receiver? Let's go there first. Offense.
Wide receiver, I want to say I'm more on the speed side because I'm not. I'll make those possession catches that you need, that's you need that first down. I'm gonna get you that first down. Pretty clutch at times.
Nice.
Times.
What about defense? Which side do you like more, offense or defense?
I like defense more. I rather hit than get hit.
Defense is the best.
Yeah. But my style of play for that, I think I'm more of a balanced kind of safety. Think of myself, I could be quick, read everything, and then if I need to hit you, I'm gonna hit you. If it's a chance to jump ball, I'm gonna try and get that jump ball.
What's it like back there? Do you call coverages? How much responsibility do you have as safety? What are you communicating forward to like the linebackers?
We're basically the QB to defense. We're making all the calls. The coaches give us the call from the sideline, and then we echo it across the entire field.
Nice. Do you ever feel pressure? Are you pretty confident in all your calls? How do you prepare for game night?
It's definitely a lot of film study, and if you have your calls for the week, you have your game plan for the week, you get those mental reps. So out on the field during practice, you're sharp, mentally focused, and when it's game time, it's just easy. It's second nature. You're making those calls just
Nice.
like that.
How much film do you watch, you say, during a week?
Well, our team, we have a team
start
film.
with the team. That's huge.
We have a team film session. They basically give us the breakdown of what's going on during the week, and then everything else is just on everybody's own.
Okay.
So me personally, I would try to get as much film as possible, because if you want to be successful on those Friday, Saturday nights, you have to put the time in.
Who do you watch film with? Because in high school, I watched film, but I really didn't know what I was looking at. When I got to college, and you spend hella time with your coaches watching film, it really changes the game of how you watch, and like you said, getting mental reps, it's huge. You can put the formation on and make your calls, gain speed if you do it right. So do you watch it yourself? Do you get there with your dad?
I used to watch it by myself, but then one time my coach was saying how we could, if we wanted to, we could stay after and he would help us watch film.
Nice.
And so that day I was like, hey coach, can I watch film with you? So I could really be prepared. And then we watched film, but I didn't after that. But It helped me when I was by myself look at things that I wouldn't look at before I was with him.
So you made some gains in your film study?
I did.
So this is huge. Let's dive into this. What do you, when you cut the film on, what do you look for right away? What's what do you see when you put the film on? Or what's your motive going into watching film? There's no wrong answers.
What I look for, I look at the formation.
Okay.
And then I try and put myself in the situation.
Perfect.
So what would I do? What are my calls? So if it's a certain call, I would try and make that call in my head while the play's going, and then I'll read my reads. So If I'm reading 2 to 1, I'm reading 2 to 1 while watching the film and while I'm in that call.
That's perfect. That's huge. If you don't know how to watch film, that's one of the ways is go through your play sheet, cover 3 versus 3x1, and make your reads, and in your room just scream it out, out, in, vertical. Watch the seat, like play that in your room and in the dark and locked in. Mental reps is that between mental reps and physical reps, there's no difference, except that you don't have the physical toll on your body. So while everyone's at home on Twitter with their girlfriend, you could be at home getting 10 to 20 to 30 to like another game's worth of mental reps versus your opponent. So you watch against formations. Is there anything else you watch for, or?
I also look at the line. If
Okay.
their hats are up, if they're going forward, because that's another key as a safety to get that run pass key or run past.
So formations and keys, awesome. Well, there's one more. If you hit this, bro, that's huge for a high schooler. You're 10 years, well, not 10, 3 years ahead of me in film study before I get to college. But what else might you want to see? So you see the formation, you see the
My
keys,
yeah.
and then there's just one more level down. So you went from the whole thing to the line.
I could also see like, I don't know, like the quarterback, what the quarterback does. He does
Yeah.
a 3-step, 5-step drop. I don't know.
So when you watch an individual, then that's personnel.
Okay.
Okay,
All right,
so
I see.
you want to watch film study, right? The whole formation and make your calls versus the formation, and then you can check your keys, so you can, and that's kind of lumped in with the formation, right? You see the formation, and you see your keys, and you're watching all that right on your lap on your laptop, and then after that, it's like, all right, let's see what that guy's got. Like, how does he get off the line
I
so
see.
fast? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, he's smacking hands right away. You know, he's never getting jammed. And then how do I counter that? How do I prepare for that? Do I fake jam, 2 steps, then throw my jam? Do I, or, oh, this guy's getting jammed up all the time. It's going to be, I should be able to jam him up too. And then sometimes like they'll have us, like if there's a new kid coming in, you got to try and go back and find reps on like this new kid, maybe go to a scrimmage and be like, let's see what he's got. How big is he? How does he line up? Are his feet right? Is he going to dance off the line of scrimmage? So all those things you can find out on film and not even have to, not waste an entire first quarter figuring it out.
Yeah.
Waste the entire halftime
And
getting beat,
instead of from the jump.
from
You
the
have-
jump, from play one.
prepared.
You get names. I think Jalen Rose. You ever see the Michigan Fab Five ESPN
yeah,
30 for
I
30?
did,
He
yeah.
would like research people
He would
to talk
like,
jump.
about their mom's name, dad's name, all
You know,
that.
You got people's names and their Instagrams. You might hit them up and
That's how you
like,
get immensely.
yeah, and then that's the whole next game. We'll save that for another episode. Cool. So your style of play seems to be on point. Your film study is immaculate. I was gonna offer helping you, but you don't need help. So anybody does need help, hit us up. Me and Nate will sit you down and show you how to watch some film. All right. So you're on the show for making gains. You've crushed this summer in camps pretty much. Where are all the camps you went to?
I went to FBU in New Jersey and Philly.
2 FBU camps.
I went to Penn State, Boston College, and Monmouth.
Awesome. What did you like see at those camps? What were you like surprised by? What were you, even in your own performance and other performances, what was the vibe? Do you get nervous? What's like your mindset rolling up to these places?
I mean, there's some nerves, like going into unfamiliar area. You don't know what the competition's gonna be like. Yeah, there is, but then once that competitive nature sets in, you're getting your juices flowing, and once you hit that one-on-one calls, then you're ready. You're like,
Do you take time to like size people up, kind of peek over at that drill?
Yeah,
where
I mean-
the real dudes are at?
I've done that, like to see how somebody's footwork is, how fast they are, stuff like that. But that's part of the game. That's what's most fun about it.
That's awesome. The nerve, I like the nerves, like being nervous. It's like, you go through life, you go through school, you go through like practice, you might be a little bored, but those nerves, there's nothing that replaces that like antsy feeling, and then getting rid of it with your performance is like, it's clutch. Speaking of your performance, you've had some good performances in these FBU camps. You got Top Gun, right?
Yeah, I did.
How'd that feel? What was that like?
It felt good, knowing that the coach saw me as one of the best defensive backs there to get that Top Gun invite to go to South Carolina. Immensely, it was reassuring, knowing that all the hard work was paying off. It wasn't just for nothing.
For nothing. It's starting to stick and show. That's the best part. That it sticks and shows. So you've been like, you've done great in camps. Me and Coach Tev talk about you all the time. He's just like, Nate works so hard, and we've been trying to figure out like, what's your why? You got a good family, you got a good education, you're kind of handsome. I don't know. It's easy for guys like you to just chill. You said you were chilling in the beginning, but I know that's like to throw people off. Like, I've seen you in here for hours and in Allentown for hours and throwing and catching and backpedaling. I would like to see you eat for hours so you get a little heavier. But everything else is, what's your why? What drives Nate Palencia?
I think it's actually like my parents, seeing them work so hard to put clothes in my bag, food on the table. Like my dad, he'll work 12 hours a day, come home, barely see him sometimes. And them put so much time into me and believe in me. Like all I want to do is get that. Well, I think getting a scholarship, full ride education, that's perfect.
Yeah.
And then
it's huge. Absolutely.
And like if I could do something after that, that's even better. Like the NFL.
Yeah.
That's everybody's goal. So.
So that full ride is huge. Everyone paying for school, it's kind of like it's a lost investment anymore. People are starting to realize that it's not worth it, and you can Google everything on your phone and not have to pay $200,000 to go to college and listen to old people talk.
Yeah.
So your parents, what kind of when the workouts are sore, when you're like sore and you gotta go work out, when you're about to head into camp, like what's your mindset? What's in your playlist? What gets you hyped right before you work out? We got your overall why, and then what kind of gets you rolling right before?
Being competitive, want to be the best.
Yeah.
Knowing that me mentally that I gotta have that mentality that I'm the best in the field. It's having that nobody can beat me. But if I do get beat, I can't let that defeat me.
Yeah.
That means I just gotta work harder.
Yeah. I don't know if that's possible, man, without running yourself in the ground. And that's pretty awesome. Your work ethic is, one to model after for all of our athletes. So other things you've been crushing is like just the recruiting, the camps, and then the recruiting campaign is like what I like to call it for high school athletes. Like there's so much other than just showing up and balling out. There's grades.
Yeah.
So you're on that, what is it, the NCSA?
Yeah.
National Collegiate Student Athlete?
Yeah.
That program, what does that program do for you exactly? We didn't have that around when I was coming up.
It helps you as the athlete, understand what you're basically dealing with. So it teaches you how to talk to college coaches, what all the recruiting standards are.
How does it teach you to talk to college coaches? I'm just wondering.
It actually has some, it'll have a video for you sometimes, and it'll give you a step-by-step kind of, they have I can't think of it, already a formatted thing of what someone else
a dialogue,
what somebody else had. They
Okay.
basically sent it to a college coach, and they were like, this is what you should do. This is what,
so they have
model.
other people's examples, they take those and show you that this is the right way to do it.
Correct. They don't want you saying that you're a hard worker because you can't. The college coaches
We'll already assume that. That's don't show up if you're not a hard worker.
Exactly.
We get it. So what are some of the things you should be saying to college coaches? From via NCSA. Sounds like that. What's that show?
NCIS.
Yeah, well, that was all them alphabets get together and mess me up.
But what you should say to college coaches is who you are, basically what you're trying to accomplish, and basically, like I said, tell them what you're about, what kind of athlete you are, definitely about your grades.
What kind of grades you got? What's your GPA?
My GPA right now.
Your GPA, next year. What's your GPA right now?
2.95.
2.95. All right, we're about to crack that 3.0. That's good.
Yeah. Freshman year. I know everybody told me, freshman year is the most important year. I started off well, and then
it got away from you.
It did. I'm not gonna lie. But then sophomore year, you know, I spent all that year trying to get it back up. So we're back on the right track.
Have you taken the S.A.T.s or anything yet?
I haven't, but I'm in S.A.T. prep now. So I'm trying to take it.
When are you taking it? This fall?
Yeah.
Dude, just get on it. Take it as many times as you can. We talked to Joe Young. Shout out to Joe Young. Check out his episode in this link right here. And we talked about just like taking the math and sleeping during the verbal. Go take the verbal, sleep during the math. Put those two scores together and chuck a deuce. It might cost you $100, like whatever, 40, 50 bucks each time. But you know, you gotta get the numbers you gotta get. It's a 5-hour test. Like, how often have you taken a 5-hour test?
None.
Never. You know, so to be put in that, if you think about it, would you show up to a game and like be ready for a 5-hour game without ever practicing? Right? Yeah, you got to play the system just like it's playing you. Like, those numbers are ridiculous. One assessment shouldn't really judge you as a student or your ability to learn. So, bend the rule. You're not even bending the rules. You're just working your way through the system. So definitely talk to your parents about that. Any athlete who gets like test anxiety, just go in there, focus on math, come back next time, focus on verbal, and you know, and then just.
Right.
Come on, help me, please.
Some random answers.
Yeah. Awesome. So another thing we got coming out, podcast.
Yeah.
Why do you want to start a podcast?
I think it's good for the players to talk to like another player like their age. You know. It's gonna be called Athletes Only, by the way. I'm gonna be on there just to show Nate how to run a podcast. So we got to figure out how to make my old butt relevant on an Athletes Only podcast. But it's also like just to have fun, you know. It's just to relax, have a normal conversation.
Yeah. See
what they're doing. They can see what I'm doing.
Word. So the way I see it building is like I was on a podcast today talking about the podcast we got coming, and I think like athletes on the field and off the field, or on the court and off the court, get like molded as one. So someone was saying like Steph Curry's a bitch. I'm like, I bet you if you threw hands with Steph Curry, like it probably wouldn't end up. He goes, no, the way he plays. I'm like, yeah, but like, so don't judge an athlete the way they play by the way they might be as a human being, you know. And it's I think too often people pile on athletes. You know, we just had a kid that's going to be a sophomore quarterback, and you know, he's going to make mistakes because he's a sophomore and he's a quarterback and he's a human being. And I just hope people don't pile on him, you know. So he's because that stuff can bring an athlete down, because you spend so much time and you want to be successful in this sport.
That doubt comes, like you make one mistake.
You know, you cost your team the game, and it feels like a very large pressure, and then it's something you can't live down till your next game. So it's you know, it's something that can bother you for an entire week. And then let's say you lose the next game, and now you're in a slump. And so I think the Athletes Only podcast, athletes talking to athletes, trying to inspire and build themselves up instead of tear each other down and pile up. I think you'd be great for that. You got the perfect face for radio. You know what that means?
Oh.
Yes. I'm glad you understood the insult. Word. All right. Advice for the next DB wide receiver, track jumper to, you know, be in your shoes. What do you give back to the world?
I definitely say don't let anything or anyone bring you down, like Andre was saying. You know, 90% of anything you do is going to be mental. You know, you can't let one bad mistake or something like that bring you completely down and shut you down. You just need to brush it off, get back up, and keep going.
Word. Keep making gains, baby. You keep making gains too.
Hit that thumbs up button as hard as you possibly can. Subscribe to the channel. But for now, signing off from Making Gains TV.